Alright, so here on Land of Fire, oh boy, gonna be running Kremlin, Conqueror, Worcester, Moskva, Henry IV, Daring, Kleber, and Yu Yang, and they're gonna be matched by Shaft in a Kremlin, Burgoyne, Worcester, Moskva, Haragumo, Daring, Kleber. Two Klebers versus one Kleber, 4DD comp versus a 3DD comp, and then we have, like, Moskva's. Moskva, Worcester. Right. The only real difference is Henry versus Haragumo, right? That's the only difference. Land of Fire looks different now. It's not as red as it used to be. I'm sure it used to be a lot redder than this. Red like my PR. Anyway, let's have a look at some builds. So, what we got here? Starting out with the Klebers. The United going to be running Fearless Brawler, Concealment, BFT, and Turret Traverse module. Honestly, that's my preferred setup, actually. That's how usually I would run it. Maybe occasionally switch out maybe switch out this for RPF should you want to run that role. Yu Yang of Suffering Gilgo going to be running Smoke plus RPF, no legendary module, plus some torpedo builds. Moskva going to be running Reload mod over a legendary module. We have the Henry IV who's going to be running a relatively standard build. Very standard build, actually. No legendary module. Kremlin, full tonk, as usual. Conqueror, full tonk, plus that weird skill. I don't know what the hell this is called. Like, this thing that gives... It is a thing. I don't know what that skill is. It's one that increases the cooldown on your heal. Moscow running Survivability Expert. That's going to be a Ovechkin. That's going to be a Daring, running a very standard build. Look over how it looks from the Owens over here. Kleber gonna be running Fearless Brawler BFT build with the aiming systems over Turret Traverse. The Daring here of Zale gonna be running the very standard build, except he's decided he wants incoming fire alert but doesn't want preventative maintenance. That's a question I do question the no preventative maintenance, honestly. Haragumo, 420 bits, going to be running Superintendent, Survivability Expert, AFT, RPF. Not going to be taking Superintendent, not going to be taking IFHE, going to be taking the Legendary module for the extra smoke duration. We have the Burgoyne here, going to be running Swift and Silence and Vigilance with most tanky stuff. Moscow here, going to be running the Legendary module, Survivability Expert, Ovechkin. Not running the Improved Expert Marksman, though. Kremlin here, going to be running Brisk Tonk. And then over here, we have the Kleber here, going to be running Swift and Silence Leg Mod, RPF. Oh, special build there. Alright, initial deployments. so we'll quickly go over the Shaft deployment first. Kleber at C, Worcester, Haragumo at B with a Moskva, then Burgoyne, Moskva, Kremlin, Daring, Kleber at A. For Oh Boy, we have Kleber, Moskva, Henry IV at A, Yu Yang, Kremlin, Worcester at B, and then C cap we have a Moskva, Conqueror, Daring. This Moskva not deciding which side of the island to commit to just yet, so he can decide whether he wants to be committing on this side to focus on B, or this side to focus on C. And with just the Kleber here, he honestly wants to get himself positioned there, but whether he gets the intel early enough to be able to do something about that is a different question. Conqueror here going to be getting further and further out of the battle before realizing that he's only got this Kleber here, so he's going to have to do a lot of journey back there to get involved. And well, this Moskva Henry, if they commit too far forward and they realize that literally everything's here, they might have a little bit of an issue. But yeah, a little bit of trading going on back and forth over at the A cap. The Kleber over here has actually lost pretty much most of his, both these Klebers down sub half HP, and there's a wall of torpedoes coming in as well. I think this might catch him unawares. He gets past that one. He doesn't get past these two though. Oh wait, they're deep waters. Ha! Yu Yang. Alright, I got you baited. I got you baited. We all got you baited. You all thought there were torpedoes too. Right, anyway. Moskva and Henry hard committing towards the A cap. Gonna have a wall of like everything in front of them when they get here. And I'm not sure what you do when you get there now. So Henry's deciding to take a full broadside turn, and oh my go fab. Yeah, there's Kremlin and a Moskva over there, mate. They've just removed like your entire health pool, and the Moskva's about to finish you off now. Well, that was a painful turnout. Honestly, that did not go the way they wanted. Now, the Moskva... so that's the worst of both worlds right now. What you've done here is you have hard turned one of your two ships out, nearly got dev struck, and your other one is now there alone. Like, he's getting farmed on the way in. He's now stuck there, and he doesn't have the combined firepower that you want with the Henry 4. Like, if the Henry had turned out a little earlier, he could have probably got away with that, and now then they would have, like, an actual, like, defendable position where they could just sit there and farm the Moskva Kremlin on the way in. But now, this Henry's out of the battle. He can't tank at all, and the Moskva is just going to be rolled straight over when they're done with him. So we once again see the Moskva Kremlin play, with, you know, the ablative armor. However, this Kremlin isn't exactly right on top of the Moskva, so it's not doing it perfectly in any way, shape, or form. The Kremlin here of Valnes was waiting for this push and gets nothing, actually. Meanwhile, the Kleber's torpedoes, they've had to turn into dodge. One lands on the Moskva, two land on the Kremlin. Not going to be doing, like, phenomenal amounts of damage, but it's a bit of chip damage. It's better than nothing. Meanwhile, torpedoes heading towards balance department in the smoke screen. It should be all easily dodged. He is stunning. I think. Yeah, it's stunning. B-cap flipped for oh boy. C-cap's still maintained by the Kleber, by the way. The single Kleber alone on the flank going to be now, like, resetting the daring. Caught in the Moskva's radar. The Moskva might get a fair bit of chunk damage on him here. It's like chip damage, but it's in chunks. Good dodge. Next salvo coming in. 2 seconds on the radar. This is going to be the last salvo in from the Moskva. Doesn't catch him. Alright, so this cap will finally now be flipped, and that will put pretty much a strong position for OHBOY, minus the 2 ships that have been, like, you know, completely wounded. See, the Moskva here catches the Kleber on the way out, deunited with the radar there, and this is what we're talking about here, is honestly, this Kremlin can just walk around the corner. Or they might not even need to do that. We already have the daring up here on the one line of Zil, who's now able to conga line torp the Moskva, who doesn't see the torpedoes coming, doesn't have the Hydra running. And honestly, these could be painful here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 torpedoes straight at the bow. Yellow went there, didn't have his Hydra available, and now the Kremlin and Moskva smell blood in the water. They can walk straight around this, and the Kleber and Henry are just being forced further and further back. Yellow went is being completely left in the lurch. They can send the Burgoyne up the back at the same time if they want to. B-cap, we have a fairly strong position as well with Kleber, Wusta, Moskva, Haragumo should be able to take this. Just have to be kept. Oh wait, the deep waters nearly fell for it again. We don't see so many Yu-Yangs. Deep waters are a thing. Well, with the blood in the water, do we smell the push coming? Here comes the Kremlin around the corner onto Yolowende. Now, the Moskva could potentially get a ram off here if he's fast. Nope. Oh, they didn't quite get the kill there, but he should be burned down. Alright. Daring picking up the kill, Zil there. And that should flip this cap back in favor of them. Stem the bleeding a little bit. 7 minutes still on the clock till a victory, though. Daring of Reunited going to be taking a fight with a Kleber of Repri. That is once again a legendary module, so he doesn't have he doesn't have very good gun power with the legendary mod Swift and Silence. Once his once he doesn't have he does have Real Booster available. He just didn't choose to fight. Okay. Kleber top the Kremlin? Question mark? Huh. That happened. Decent tops from D United there, I guess. Was that Kremlin on, like, full HP? I honestly just didn't see it. So let's retake stock of situation on this flank. You got a Henry 4 here versus a Moskva. If the Henry can get spotting from the Kleber on the Moskva, the Henry can farm from behind that rock. The problem is the Daring is going to be counter-spotting with Zil there. We've also got the Burgoyne pushing up. So the Kremlin's being forced further and further back. The Yu-Yang torpedoes towards the Burgoyne might be an issue, though. Burgoyne doing a full turn out. Kremlin had HE loaded. Not going to be able to punish. And the torpedoes... Well, one of them catches. So he's on fire. He's on fire and... yeah. So a fair bit of damage on the Burgoyne there. Taking stock, like, the battle line is currently here. Speaking of the battle line, the Daring caught the Kleber again. The Kleber overstayed his welcome and just got punished for it. Haragumo Worcester were rotating to like help him, but no, the Clever just overstayed his welcome there. His job was to delay instead of he delayed for a while, but then he should have been like floating around here for the rest of the match, like just behind your back line. Just you accept the fact you're floating points there. Got a little bit greedy on the defense. Alright, so taking stock, we have this battle line here. Red team of Shaft need to somehow work their way into the B cap. Potentially look for kills on Worcester. Sorry, it's look for kills on either the Worcester or this Moskva. Neither of which are looking too easy at the minute. But if you get a smoke screen for Vert... oh, actually, no, this Moskva might be overextended. It is overextended. Moskva is, in fact, very overextended. And there's a Conqueror with AP loading. Oh, no. Ow. Oh, wow. Ow. Yeah, that was an overextension. We'll call it that. Oh, boy. Currently in a very strong position now. It's going to be very hard for Shaft to get back into any caps now. They're going to have to do something spicy with the... honestly, they need to do something with the Harrigan or Worcester. And I don't know what. It looks like additional 10 and the Clever has been caught out as well. It looks like this is over. There's not really a way back into this game now. They've lost too many ships. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. They're only 80,000 health down, but the problem is board position. They're all concentrated here. And to get any more points taken, they need to force their way through here. And then potentially even here. And they've got so much front force here. Daring. Look at the kiting positionless Henry. You're never catching that. D-United in his Clever. Doing what I said earlier. Just sitting there in the back lines. Just accept the fact you're floating points. You have the Daring down here. Sitting there just like, alright, I'm screening now. Okay, I'll live here. Already took the kill on the Clever. Like, that was a free kill that you shouldn't have, like, really needed. Moskva here just needs to reverse back, sit there, accept the fact he's going to be farmed. Actually, no, the Burgoyne is now overextending as well. Burgoyne diving straight through, looking for some sort of play, just going to be the focus of everybody's ire. Yeah, Moskva on his broadside. Balance department takes a little chunk from the Burgoyne, but there's nothing he can't handle. Reload booster comes out, and the Burgoyne's committing even harder instead of turning out here. He's alright, I'm going to try and get something done, but I don't know if there's anything he does get done here. Kleber of D-United going to be opening up. Salvo comes out from the Burgoyne looking for him. D-United obviously thinks he can dodge this. You know, apparently he can. Another Salvo comes out. I mean, he tips him down to 600, but it wasn't the kill, and now the Burgoyne's going down to pay for it. So that's a, like, you know, 4-ship lead right now. So now we have Moskva kind of, like, on his own, getting farmed by Conqueror Kremlin. Actually, no, the Kremlin's more interested in this Worcester over here, and, you know, taking big chunks out of it. There is potential for the Conqueror kill here, but does he have a heal available? Yeah, heal's available in 6 seconds. He's just going to be like, alright, I'm going to press the button now. I'm going to print a new ship. Thank you. Damage control. Yeah, it's game switched over. Oh boy, going to be taking map 1 in this best of 3. I might have had the team names the wrong way. I definitely might have had the team names the wrong way around there. It's fine. Look, I didn't have it the wrong way around at all. Well, the problem with this is now the team names on the other scene are going to be there. It's fine. I'm stupid. Leave me alone. Alright, where are we at? The training room, that's where we need to be at. One day I'll get like an automated system so I don't have to fucking switch the overlays around myself every game. Okay, so, map 2, Sea of Fortune. Let's, yes. Alright, so Des Moines... Gearing, still the bands. I'm going to move them like this. No, Shaft weren't the winners. The other team were the winners. Stupid overlays. There we go. Oh boy, were the winners on map 1. Honestly, overlays are complicated, especially when we aren't provided with them, and then, like, there's no actual way to generate the automated bans, so you have to do them manually, and then, like, there's no actual second scene for, like, spawns reversed, so you kind of just, like, screwed on that as well. Because the switch team buttons doesn't switch the map winners, it also doesn't switch these things that I've added down here. Or it does switch those things, actually, but that's not the point. There's no way to automatically switch the text that goes with the name. It's very complicated. Right, anyway, see your fortune. That's not Sea of Fortune, that's Land of Fire. Why are you like this? Sea of Fortune, apply, boom. This is why I need a babysitter. Voices. Brain cells are a difficult thing. I used to have one. Allegedly. I used to have an alleged brain cell. There was an entire brain cell in my brain at some point. And of course, for game 2, they're actually going to swap ends. So now I press the button to swap them back, right? So I'm going to press the swap teams button, right? And then as I can do the swap teams thing, you can all see what an absolute mess is when I press the swap ends button, right? So switch teams. I'm going to press this button now. As you can see, some things change, other things don't. So now I have to switch the map winner, apply, and I have to switch these two little icons. But now I can't remember who actually banned what, so that's a thing. Did Shaft ban Des Moines? I don't even know. Yes, Shaft banned Des Moines, Oh Boy banned Gearing. Wonderful. It's a complete mess. Right, players are readying up. We have 8 out of 9 from Shaft ready. No, we have 7 out of 9 from Shaft ready with 8 in the room. And then over on the Oh Boy side, we have 8 out of 9 ready. So we're just waiting on somebody coming back. with probably change lineups and stuff. Me, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, so we have de-united and reunited on Oh Boy. Alright, that doesn't confuse matters in any way, shape, or form, does it? Alright, so this time Shaft's going to be on the green team. I promise. The overlays will say it and everything. My brain cells might not say it, but yeah. I also like how the colour of the current overlay implies that the green team won land of fire, despite the fact it was in fact the red team that won land of fire, because it goes green, purple, green instead. And you know, it's just like, it's a whole thing. Alright, let's have a look at some of the other games, what the current scores are looking like. So, CI4. Gonna be down a game to Pit. Spoilers. Resin. Gonna be 1-0 up against Milky. That's about it. I don't know what the score on the... Oh, yeah, Penta versus AND hasn't started yet, because obviously we came out the back of their game, because they were running right up against time. Just waiting on the last guy from Shaft to get in here. Oh, my training room chat disappeared. Again. Never does that, right? Yeah. There we go. Vert arrives precisely when he needs to. Everybody appears to be ready, waiting for the teams to confirm readiness, blah, 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 all that kind of good stuff. Everybody ready? Yes, alright, Shaft, declare ready. Shaft, declare ready again. OHBOY, declare that they're ready. It's dropping now in like some amount of seconds-ish, a bit. There we go. Alright, so... fucking Saturday got a battle station going on. Alright. Game number 2, we're going on this best of 3 series between Shaft and OHBOY. OHBOY with a current 1-0 lead. Green for this game here on Sea of Fortune is going to be Shaft, and they're going to be running Yamato, Ohio, Worcester, Salem, Hindenburg, Haragumo, and Daring. Meanwhile, for OHBOY on the red team, spawning south, Kremlin, Conqueror, Zhao, Worcester, Moskva, Shimakaze, Haragumo, Daring, and a Clever. You read that right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that right. That is, in fact, a Zhao. Legendary test chip Zhao is here. And we're going to go straight and have a look at what build he's running on this. He is running legendary module, survivability expert. He's also running outnumbered, engine mod, aiming systems, expert loader, torpedo reload, superintendent, and the commander he's using is going to be Suzuki for the improved survivability expert. Now, moving on from that, we have Shimakaze, who is not going to be running Suzuki. His Shimakaze was, in fact, running, what the hell commander is that? Is that... That's Yamamoto. Okay, Shimakaze is running Yamamoto, for reasons. He's also running Swift and Silence RPF build with a legendary module. We have Daring over here, Reunited, going to be running relatively standard Daring build. We got the Conqueror here, going to be running full Tonk with Brisk and whatever the skill is called that I can never remember the name of. We have Worcester here, Balance Department, going to be running Legendary Module Worcester for the improved consumable duration and over the reloader. Okay. Full Tonk Kremlin with Brisk. We have a Moskva here running Legendary Modules for Survivability Expert Ovechkin. We have Kleber over here of D United going to be running Survivability Expert Improvement, so that is going to be Oboino. I'll never get that name right. Along with Fearless Brawler and BFT and Turret Traverse module. It's my preferred build. Right, so looking at the green team build, we have Haragumo of Rep, where you're going to be running Superintendent, Smoke Mod, RPF, AFT. We have Worcester behind it of Zills, going to be running the Reload mod and Turret Traverse. We have behind that the Hindenburg of Vert, going to be running Survivability Expert, Heavy HE, Rudder mod, Range mod. It's some choices in there. We have Yamato here, going to be running the Legendary module, Fire Prevention, Vigilance, Adrenaline Rush, Turret Traverse, and Expert Loader, rounded out. We got Salem here, running standard Salem build, really, with the Reload mod. Ohio, going to be running full Tonk with Brisk, and the Range module in slot 2 and Accuracy in slot 6. Salem here in front of that, standard build. Haragumo, Superintendent, no, Survivability Expert, no Superintendent, AFT, RPF, and Legendary module. Alright, so initial deployments. We already see that there's a little bit of capping going on in B, but first, Kleber... Alright, so Shafts are going to be sending over the A flank, Haragumo, Worcester. B is going to be Hindenburg, Daring, Yamato, and then C is going to be their main force. You got double Salem, Haragumo, Ohio. Meanwhile, that's been countered by OHBOY pushing a Kleber extremely deep up the one line very early on, and he's going to be met... He's going to be backed up by Haragumo, Worcester, Kremlin, who are going to be doing some sort of smoke play just in front of that, maybe trying to get that. So that means that there's a big hard, just this wins against that. Kleber is going to be reversing towards us, looking for the Worcester. He's going to force the Haragumo to drop with smoke relatively soon. The torpedo is going to go past. I think they get detected by... Yeah, those torpedoes are detected by the Worcester, so he knows that the Kleber's here, because see, that's a 6 pattern. You only think that's going to be out there fast enough anyway. He probably has RPF on him right now anyway. It's just like, alright, the Kleber's here. Conqueror, Daring, Moskva, going to be sat there at B. Either Moskva's disconnected or he's waiting around to figure out where he's needed. I'm going to go with disconnected. Meanwhile, over on C, we've got Zhao and Shimakaze spamming a wall of torpedoes at this approaching snail. Yeah, let's have a look, see if anything looks to be doing some damage. So, Hydros from Salem, going to be detecting all of these torpedoes. Salem gets hard spotted by the Shimakaze. Zhao going to be opening up. Conqueror has already shot. Conqueror has lost a lot of HP already, by the way, in the background there. Alright, so Haragumo drops the smoke screen for the double Salem. And that's going to force the Zhao and the Shimakaze to... Well, it's going to force the Zhao to do some swift retreats. Alright, let's go have a look at this Moskva. I just want to go have a look. Okay, he is moving, so he's, like, either, like, reconnected or... Yeah, I think he's reconnected now, or maybe he wanted to be there the whole time. I don't know. Daring and Reunited going to be trying to take B-Cap back now after it was taken so early away from them. When the opposing daring from Shaft moved into C cap, he's like, all right, we'll take B now. Hindenburg and Vert are going to be looking for some farming on the Conqueror. Yamato looked like he got like a little bit bullied by Conqueror HE. Conqueror HE really fun, by the way. Definitely love being set on like a million fires. Two smoke screens going to be yelling at each other. One's going to be yelling with torpedoes. The other's going to be yelling with shells. Salem's going to be rotating the hydros there to try and keep abreast of the situation with all of those torpedoes. Breast. Harrigan and Worcester, as you can see, were forced all the way back up to C2, but it means that they haven't. It means that the opposing Harrigan and Worcester haven't made that much ground. In fact, they've rotated the. No, they haven't rotated the Worcester back. It's still here. So they're holding off 2 ships here, at least. Kremlin and Kleber are rotating off, though. It looks like it's going to be a 2 capital 1, and the Worcester Harrigan here aren't going to be able to do much at all about anything. Haragumo going to be reversing towards the Shimakaze. Ooh, these torpedoes were actually pretty close on the Shimmer as well. So I think their plan is currently wait out the torpedo, wait out the smoke screen, and then we'll make a jump towards the Zhao with our next one. Get some ground, so try and get the wraparound going. Meanwhile, Conqueror versus Yamato and Hindenburg. I think Conqueror's still got 3 heals in the bank. He's fine. Looks worse than it is. It's Conqueror. It's got a big, massive super heal. All of that damage there, healable. Meanwhile, Harrigan with Worcester. Harrigan with Worcester versus Harrigan with Worcester is just going to be turning into a massive staring contest. Kremlin rotation back over to C. Going to be back over to B. Going to be looking to see if he can actually get involved in the game. Same with the Kleber. At the minute, Luke Gardens, Ohio looks to be a little bit overextended currently. Harrigan and Worcester are going to be engaging each other now. There's a Kremlin waiting for shots here as well. Let's see what happens here. This could be the death of either of the 2 Harrigumos, but it depends who gets deeper in. And it looks like Repri with the... So Repri is pushing forwards with his Haragumo, meaning he has to turn out to get away from this firepower. Whereas Jania was in a kiting position with his Haragumo to lay the smoke screen for the Worcester, meaning he is completely untouched. And with his Haragumo being forced back, this is well in the hands of Jania now. And that's the advantage of being kiting. And this Worcester didn't even have to move. In fact, Repri's on double fire now with no Damacon available, and his blind fire is still coming in. I don't know if he survives this. Okay, Damacon's back in 10. Yeah, he survives. Ohio of Lucar being forced back at the minute as well. D United and the Club are going to be opening up looking for this. Honestly, Shaft in a not very good position right now. Their heavy push got hard shut down by Zhao Shimakaze, and their kiting flank just had to repush and just didn't manage to do it. Look at the Haraguma's HP now. As you can see, the fires are extinguished. He's under less than 1,000 health. There's nothing he can do. He can't re-engage this. As soon as he sees the other Haraguma, he dies instantly. And what else is available here? There is no potential kill on the 10 line. The Shimakaze and Zhao are kiting in Narnia. The Haraguma smoke screen comes forward, but what are you pushing into? Literally nothing. You're just pushing into more torpedoes. Luca over here is on 6,000 HP and burning, with more Conqueror salvos coming in. And then you have 4 ships north of B cap, but they're not getting anything done either. They can shift from farming at the Kremlin, but he's on full HP still. Ohio gets burned out. Now you're down to 1 battleship. Your battleship, yeah, Yamato in the middle, not able to like get involved. You got 4 ships like channeled in the middle here, and 2 on the side here. Did he rotate one of the Salem's off? He did rotate one of the Salem's off, but he's not able to do anything either. They get a radar from the Salem out, and it catches Suffering Gilgo, but they get 2,000 health, 3,000 health. That's it. And now the Zhao is just going to start farming you again. And the Shima is just going to be positioned to like respot the Haragumo in front of the Zhao. Zhao has HE loaded. As soon as the Haragumo gets spotted, Zhao pops a shot out, slaps him, and the Haragumo is now crippled just as badly as the one on the other flank. Shima Zhao hard countering the Salem Haragumo push. And remember, there was a ban in the series from so I can't remember which team it was. Was it? It was Shaft banned Gearing and OHBOY banned Des Moines, right? So the Des Moines in the smoke screen would have done a slightly better job than the Haragumo, because the Des Moines would have been able to get a lot deeper with the radar. This only being an 8.5 kilometer radar means you can't punish it anywhere near as enough. So obviously they try to do it with the Worcester on this flank for the 9 kilometer radar instead of the 10. Obviously Nevsky not available in this tournament, so you would have brought a Nevsky for this had it been available. And you would have brought a Des Moines had that been available. And now you're looking at other options. You've got Salem or Worcester as your smoke radar combinations, and neither of them doing too well effectively. Doing really well on the kiting flanks, not doing too well. Not doing too well on the kiting flank. They lost this on the kiting flank because they had to repush, and they couldn't get any pushes going because Shimakaze. And now there's a wall of Shimakaze and Zhao torpedoes heading into that smoke screen again. The Salem doesn't have a Hydra up, but he's going to be turning away just in the nick of time. Back in the middle of B, we see, alright, we need to do something. What do? I don't know. We have it, I guess. Yamato went to do something over at A, finds a Kremlin, finds a Haragumo Worcester combination. Is like, alright, I can't do anything here. Like, you got Haragumo Worcester behind that. Haragumo has to drop the smoke screen to try and get the Yamato out of here, I guess. Got to try and, like, get some farming going on that Kremlin, but they're struggling. They forced the Hindenburg Vert into C, and now the Kleber of D United is going to be opening up. A Conqueror is going to be opening up on that as well. Daring gets spotted in the middle of B by Reunited, having to drop his smoke. Salem of additional 10 is running Hydro instead of radar, so he can't even get involved in this fight with Reunited either. It's been a very, very well played game by OHBOY. Like, they completely shut down the push. And it's all thanks to Zhao. How broken is Zhao? Vert unable to take C-Cap in his Hindenburg. In fact, getting very heavily farmed. Zhao, the Kleber of the United going to be doing extremely well to do all this dodging and getting a lot of damage on the Hindenburg in turn. Conqueror also able to get a lot of damage down. So Vert's going to get behind this rock now, but I think he's still spotted by Shimakaze, apparently. Because the Salem Haragumo train wasn't able to get any ground against it. They're trying once again. This is the last charge of Haragumo smokes, and there's not much they can do with it. They've waited out all of these smoke screens, and the push hasn't even go everywhere. Salem made a jump at some point when I wasn't looking. He's now stuck here, so he's being farmed by, like, Haragumo. He's hydro-locking a Daring, which means that this Daring is going to be able to sit in the smoke screen and try and, like, do something about it. There's actually a fair bit of damage coming into him. Kremlin picks up the kill on the Hindenburg of Vert. Like, so that shot over there. Reunited in the Daring might go down, but at the same time, like, there's a lot of shells missing him. You got Haragumo and Daring all looking for shots on Reunited here. This Hydro is going to last for a little while longer yet. We've still got another 12 seconds on it, and if they don't get him in 12 seconds, then they lose. Like, simple as that. You need to get this kill, then convert something afterwards, and they're just not landing shells. Combination of the height of the island physics when, like, a ship's beached up against it, making the M marker go all over the place, and okay, they're landing some shells now, but the Hydro is over, and now they're just proxy spotting each other, and the game's already over. Sent him around the corner at the last second to try and do something, and it just wasn't enough. A very clean, very, very clean win. 2-0 for OHBOY.